Hello everyone. Are you ready to automate and streamline your Databricks deployments? In this video, I'll show you how to set up CI CD for Databricks using GitHub Actions. We'll walk through connecting your GitHub repo to Databricks, configuring automated workflows, and promoting your workspace assets like notebooks, libraries, and jobs from a development to a production workspace. You'll learn how to write a YAML deployment file that securely manages secrets, triggers on code changes, and uses the Databricks CLI to make releases consistent and repeatable. By the end, you'll be able to implement a robust, auditable CI CD pipeline that accelerates your Databricks projects and brings best DevOps practices to your data engineering workflows. So let's dive in and make Databricks deployments effortless. Okay, this demo assumes that you have GitHub repos up and running. So we'll start by copying over the GitHub URL and then navigating to my development Databricks workspace. Notice that I have two workspaces for this demo, dev and prod. I'll start by creating a new folder in my dev workspace user account. I could also create this in the workspace repos folder. So as you're designing your CI CD structure, these are things to really think about. I'll go ahead and choose the GitHub provider and paste in the Git repo URL. This connects my repo to Databricks. I'll also repeat this step for my prod workspace. To complete the authentication to GitHub in both dev and prod workspaces, I'll also navigate to the settings, linked accounts, and add the Git credentials through a PAT token. From there, I'll go to the account settings of my GitHub account and select Developer Settings and Generate New Token Classic. I'll give it a name and select the repo and workflow scopes and generate the token. And then I'll paste and save it in the dev and prod Git credentials of my Databricks workspaces. Okay, next, I'll create a few secrets in GitHub for dev and prod URLs and tokens. For the URL, note that I won't add the HTTPS prefix. I'll also need to generate new access tokens in both dev and prod Databricks workspaces and then add them to the GitHub secrets. Once I'm done, I should have 4 new secrets in GitHub: a dev deploy token, a dev deploy URL, prod deploy token, and a prod deploy URL. Next, I'll navigate to the Actions section of my GitHub repo and set up a new workflow. The GitHub Actions workflow seamlessly orchestrates deployment from your GitHub main branch through development into production Databricks workspaces, providing a clear path for continuous integration and delivery. It begins by triggering on any code push to the main branch while ignoring changes to GitHub configuration files, keeping the pipeline focused on real code updates. I've written the following YAML code, which I'll briefly explain. The workflow is split into 2 ordered jobs. The development deploy runs first, using credentials specific to your Databricks deployment workspace. It checks out the latest code, sets up Python and Databricks CLIs, and dynamically extracts the branch name from the push event so the deployment always targets the newest commit. Then, it runs a Databricks repos update command that syncs your Databricks dev workspace repo with the pushed code, ensuring the dev environment reflects the latest changes for testing and validation. Once the dev job completes successfully, the production deploy kicks in. It mirrors the dev job's setup but targets your production workspace using separate production credentials. Again, syncing the repo to promote the tested code live. This separation ensures you maintain a safe and auditable promotion path from dev to prod. Each job independently fetches the repo code and prepares the environment, keeping the pipeline modular and robust. Dynamic extraction of the branch name keeps the pipeline flexible while leveraging secure secret management, which abstracts away sensitive information. Together, the steps provide an automated, reliable, and auditable promotion flow. Pushing to GitHub's main branch triggers tested, repeatable deployments to your Databricks environments, streamlining your data or analytics code delivery and enabling a true GitOps experience. All right, so once we're happy with the code, we can commit the changes to main and navigate back to Databricks Dev and check out a feature branch so we can test out how the code changes get promoted to prod. Okay, next I'll add some sample code to a notebook, then I'll add my comments and I'll commit and push it to my repo. At this point, I can create a new pull request, I can merge it, and I can finally delete my feature branch. Now when I navigate to GitHub Actions, I can see that the workflow is running. And when I click into it, I see the two stages, dev and prod, running. And after a few seconds, they both complete successfully. I can further click into it to validate all the steps. When I navigate back to my Databricks Dev workspace, I can see that the notebook has been updated in the dev main branch and similarly in the prod workspace on the main branch. So there we have it. This workflow embodies modern DevOps principles applied to Databricks, empowering teams to deliver quality code faster with confidence and governance. Thanks for watching.